Well, good afternoon, wherever you are watching it in the world. Welcome to the beautiful city of Quebec, where you can't tell from the backdrop here, but it has been pretty awful weather. It's been snowing, and we've been
5 minutes from going live.
Just off camera here. I'm just going to ever so slightly. You can just see
Callum Smith,
who is in the building, just conducting
Callum,
a couple of interviews. And I'm just going to spin you back round. This is the beautiful backdrop of the Videotron Centre here in Quebec City. We're here for this massive, enormous, monster light heavyweight contest. The 3-belt world champion, Artur Beterbiev, a man who's had 19 fights, 19 wins, 19 all inside the distance. Do you want to quickly come and join us? Yeah, we're live. I mean, he's got, I'll say now, he's got form with this. We've got about 5 minutes before we start. You've got form with that, so you should be a bit more careful.
Just had a flashback. Shamor! No, yeah.
We learnt a lesson. Yeah. Before you go up there, because I think they're getting ready, what are you expecting from today, and what are you expecting from the fight, very briefly?
I think Callum he's super chilled, isn't he? Super relaxed. You're never going to see
horizontal, yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to see a great fight. I think Beterbiev knows this is a real danger. I think outside of the Bivol, this is the toughest fight for him in the division. We love our chances, we really do. A little bit of inactivity, but so too with Beterbiev, and coming back from the injury as well, the jaw, that's going to be tested nicely. The guy's a machine, but I think Callum Smith's one of the biggest one-punch knockout artists at 175 pounds. Don't blink, and I believe Callum Smith wins his fight by knockout.
Yeah, I think the brothers and Callum, when you put it all together and join the dots, they're thinking this is over inside 6 rounds. Yeah. Either way, it's a 6-round fight.
Yeah, I think it's very difficult to win rounds and accumulate points against Beterbiev because of his work rate and his engine. He's got that relentless pressure. He cuts off the ring very, very well. But that's good because Callum Smith, with that catch and counter left hook, needs you to force the pressure. Beterbiev, we want him to be a little bit reckless in there. It's going to be dangerous, and that's a dangerous game. But I don't think Callum Smith is looking at this as a 12-round fight and try and be smart and clever and box off the back foot, steal the rounds. He has to go in there, he has to get his respect early, and he has to try and land clean. And if he does, I believe he'll knock him out.
Brilliant. Thanks for setting that up. We might catch up with you later, but you can see the fighters are getting ready on stage. So I think Mark Chinook there in the centre is going to lead the press conference. Far right, you've got Hall of Fame trainer, 2-weight world champion formerly, Buddy McGirt, who's never short of a word or two. I expect some fireworks from him today. And of course, Callum Smith in the green hoodie. Eddie Hearn was right there. He really has cut the most relaxed figure all week. You would not know what's at stake for him going in against the hometown. I say hometown, the local fighter in Artur Beterbiev with that enormous knockout ratio. And you can see making it his way. This is the first time we've seen him on Fight Week. That is Artur Beterbiev with his back to us in the woolly hat, flanked by his trainer, Mark Ramsey. For those of you that are going to stay up and watch it or set your alarms, it's 1 a.m. Sky Sports Arena in the early hours of Sunday morning at home. That's Saturday night local time for us. We had the undercard press conference yesterday, which features Jason Maloney, probably the most interesting to British fight fans, the Australian bantamweight champion, and Christian and Billy, the local fighter, takes on Rowan Murdoch. I haven't seen him in person, but I think Stephen Smith joins camp today, so that would complete the lineup of all 4 Smith brothers. We're just filling a little bit of time, so let me just run you through a little bit of a mini tail of the tape. I'm told we've got about 90 seconds before we start. So Callum Smith, obviously former super middleweight world champion, so he steps up from 168 pounds to 175 pounds. Be interesting to see what difference that makes on the night with the weight in terms of carrying up that punch power. A lot has been made of Artur Beterbiev's 100% knockout ratio. Of course, why not? It's a real talking point. But Callum, respectable puncher as well, a big puncher, 21 knockouts inside his 29 wins against the solitary defeat which came against Saul Canelo Alvarez. One thing to note today, I'm looking at the trainers, I'm looking at the footwear. It'll be interesting when the fighters go face to face. Callum Smith, he's he was enormously tall for super middleweight. He's big at light heavyweight. He should tower over Artur Beterbiev. If the heights that are listed online are to be believed, he's got a 4-inch height advantage over Artur Beterbiev. Artur is based now in Montreal, so about a 3.5-hour journey down the road. They came in last night. He's a big deal in these parts. They're expecting 10,500 fans and a rowdy atmosphere. The locals tell me that these boxing fans are knowledgeable and they're ready for a real good fight. Here we go.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour et bienvenue à Québec. Mon nom est Patrick Lono. J'aurai le plaisir de co-animer l'événement d'aujourd'hui, mettant en vedette nos deux pugilistes qui se disputeront la grande finale de ce méga gala de boxe présenté ici même au Centre Vidéotron samedi soir. Afin de vous présenter nos intervenants d'aujourd'hui, il est l'animateur de la boxe Top Rank à ESPN, Monsieur Mark Chinook.
Merci, thank you so much. As always, this is boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum, and in association all week long with Eye of the Tiger and Matchroom Boxing. Bienvenue à tous à Centre Vidéotron. We are brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone all week. Again, we begin 5:30 Eastern, Saturday, January 13th on ESPN+. And then we move over to the network at 10 o'clock Eastern, ESPN. We have an amazing night of fights coming to you live from the winter wonderland that is Quebec City, Canada. And again, my name is Mark Chinook. I'm thrilled to be with each and every one of you. Honored to be here in Quebec City. Je suis ravi d'être ici avec vous tous. Mon français n'est pas le meilleur, mais je ferai de mon mieux. Et j'ai Pat Lono ici avec moi si j'ai des problèmes. Did I do that okay?
Very good, very good.
Right,
You're doing great so far.
I made some friends. I'm excited to be back in Canada. What does this mean? I want to start with you. What does this mean for Quebec and the sport to bring a fight of this magnitude to Centre Vidéotron?
Oh, it's absolutely huge. I mean, this is the biggest fight in this venue in about 13 years when we had the Pascal Hopkins fight in this venue as well. But the depth of this card compared to that one is much bigger. I mean, you're coming in on Saturday night. There's going to be 10,000 fans packing this venue. It's going to be loud. It's going to be exciting. It's great for the city. It's great for the country. It's great for the sport of boxing in general.
Do you want to translate that in French?
Sure, absolutely. Alors, la question était à savoir qu'est-ce que ça voulait dire d'avoir un combat de cette envergure pour la ville de Québec. Tout simplement, comme on le disait hier dans un autre événement de presse, c'est le plus grand événement à s'amener à la ville de Québec en plus de 13 ans, alors qu'on avait eu le combat Pascal Hopkins à ce moment-là. C'est 10 000 personnes qui vont rentrer au Centre Vidéotron samedi soir pour voir une carte absolument sensationnelle et surtout profonde. Ça va être bruyant, c'est gros pour la ville de Québec, c'est gros pour le pays au complet et c'est gros pour le sport de la boxe, c'est ce qui va s'amener samedi soir.
We have a stacked card, as he said, 2 world titles on the line. Nous avons une super carte samedi soir avec 2 titres mondiaux en jeu. Jason Maloney puts his WBO bantamweight title on the line as he takes on Sal Sanchez. And in our main event, they are joining us now on stage. The champ, Artur Beterbiev, puts all 3 belts on the line as he faces Callum Smith. The WBC, the IBF, the WBO, light heavyweight titles, all on the line here in Quebec City. And so we will turn our attention to the champ, who's accompanied by Mark Ramsey. It's great to see you both again. How excited are you to be here at home hosting all of us this week? Êtes-vous excité d'être à la maison, de nous accueillir toute cette semaine? No? And he just says to me, I don't speak French. This is perfect, starting off well. How excited are you to be here hosting all of us this week?
First of all, hello everyone. I have bad news. I think my English is still not good.
It's very good.
Yeah, I'm excited like every fight, you know. Like this for this fight, we're preparing. We try to prepare like usually for 100%.
Alors Artur est évidemment très excité, comme il l'est pour chacun de ses combats. Sa préparation est faite et il est prêt à 100% pour samedi soir.
This fight was originally scheduled in August. You had some dental surgery, hurt your jaw. 12 months since you've been in the ring. Anything still lingering there, or are we okay?
Je vais juste traduire la question au préalable. Alors, le combat devrait originalement avoir lieu au mois d'août dernier. Artur a dû déclarer forfait à ce moment-là suite à une blessure à la mâchoire lors d'une chirurgie dentaire. La question est à savoir s'il y a encore quelque chose qui reste de cette blessure-là et l'impact que ça pourrait avoir samedi.
I'm okay.
He's okay. Mark, I want to turn to you for just a quick second. What has this journey with Artur been for you?
It's a challenge. It's a challenge because he's the type of guys who push himself and make people around him to push also all the time. And it's a good challenge, very positive challenge, and I love it.
Before we turn over to the challenger here a little bit, I want to ask the same question that I started with Patrick. What does this mean for you who have put your life into this sport here in Montreal and Quebec to have this type of event come here?
That's great. That's great because you see, it's about 8 years now that Artur is a champion, and we travel all around the world to defend against the military challenger or do an unification fight. Like, it's always one of them. And we never have really the chance to fight on the front of our people, and now we're going to have the support of everybody Saturday, and this is just great.
We're definitely going to get into that support as well. So, Callum, welcome to Quebec City. Buddy, welcome as well. Welcome to Canada. What do you make of all this snow, and how is the journey coming over?
Yeah, it's cold. It's colder than when I was here. I was here in the summer, it was nice, and then the weather's changed a lot since then. But it's good. I'm here to do a job. I'm here to become a world champion again, and I'm here with my team, and as long as I'm with them, I can be anywhere in the world, and it feels like home. We've got 3 brothers. We're very close in the family, and I'm in a good place mentally and physically, and ready to perform.
Alors pour l'aspirant, il disait que oui, il fait froid, mais il a quand même réussi à braver les éléments et à se rendre tant et aussi longtemps qu'il est entouré par sa famille, par son équipe, par ses proches. Il sait qu'il a un travail à faire et avec cette recette-là, il compte bien gagner samedi soir.
The opportunity to take 3 belts home, what can we expect Saturday night that maybe we haven't seen?
I think it'll be exciting. Artur's a very good fighter. He's a champion. He's a 3-belt champion, so his achievements speak for themselves, but I believe in myself. I always have done, and I believe the best version of me beats anyone in the world, and I fully stand by that. I believe I've improved a lot over the last couple of years under Buddy, and the time's now. I'm ready to become a 2-division world champion, and I've been presented with the opportunity this weekend, and it's an opportunity I plan on taking.
Alors, les accomplissements d'Artur parlent pour eux-mêmes. Triple champion chez les mi-lourds. Par contre, ça fait maintenant 2 ans que Callum travaille avec son entraîneur, Buddy McGirt. Il sait qu'il est prêt, sait qu'il a tout fait les efforts nécessaires pour l'emporter, que quand il est à son meilleur, il n'y a personne au monde qui peut le battre. Et il a la ferme intention de devenir champion mondial dans 2 divisions cette fin de semaine.
Buddy, I'll bring you into the conversation. This is your 3rd fight together. How special is this young man?
I mean, I think he's very underrated. I think a lot of people underestimate him. And, he's going to showcase what he can really do Saturday night.
Alors, dans les mots de l'entraîneur Buddy McGirt, Callum est sous-estimé. Il est pas mis en valeur autant qu'il devrait par les gens qui suivent le sport de la boxe, mais il va tous leur montrer ce dont il est capable de faire samedi soir.
That's not what I said.
It is what you said. Verbatim. Buddy, that was verbatim. I'm come back to the champ. You are the only world title holder in all of boxing to maintain a perfect knockout percentage. Do you go into every fight now looking to keep that intact? Vous êtes le seul détenteur du titre mondial de toute la boxe à maintenir un pourcentage de KO parfait. Participez-vous à chaque combat maintenant en cherchant à garder cela intact?
I think it's a question for him, not for me.
Mark, you want to chime in there?
They do that. No, it's not me.
You just go in there and do what you do?
I just do for what they tell me. That's it.
Do you tell them to go out and look for it?
To be honest, everybody except our team focus on that. Like, the opponent always focus on that. Like, this is not something that we focus. Like, we try to do the best work in the gym possible. We try to do the best fight possible, and this is just the conclusion of the fight. That's it.
Mark, I'll stay with. Oh, go ahead.
Alors, Marc Randy qui expliquait que l'emphase n'est pas nécessairement mise sur le KO à chaque fois, bien que les autres semblent concentrés là-dessus, surtout les adversaires d'Artur, mais que ça a juste été le dénouement jusqu'à présent de tous ces combats sans être nécessairement l'emphase du résultat qui était mis.
Does Caleb bring anything into the ring that you guys maybe haven't seen before, Mark? Have you been able to study his tape?
I don't want to talk too much. You know, he's a good fighter. He's a complete fighter. He's not number one for nothing. But at the end of the day, after boxing, he's 9 years old. We saw a lot of stuff already. I don't want to talk too much. Let's those guys fight Saturday.
Buddy, I'll ask you the same question that I was sort of hinting at here, that 19-0 with 19 knockouts. What do you do? How do you prepare so that your guy doesn't get knocked out?
I'm like Mark Ramsey. I don't talk too much.
So I should just ask questions in French from now on, and you'll just nod.
I mean, listen, you can't go in the fight, you know, thinking about his record. You know what I mean? We know what's in front of us. We're not stupid, you know what I mean? We know that, you know, it's a tough task, and we're prepared for it. I mean, if you worry about all that, I mean, then you're in the wrong business. You know what I mean? So we know what's in front of us. We know what's coming at us. I mean, what Callum knows, you know what I mean? So, because when the bell rings, he takes 3 steps in, I take 3 steps out. So but we're prepared. So right now, it's just all up to him to go in there and handle his business Saturday night.
Alors, les deux entraîneurs sont un peu avares de propos. Marc Ramsey qui expliquait qu'il sait que Callum est un combattant complet qui apporte une grosse recette à la table et que le défi est grand pour samedi, mais est confiant qu'Artur pourra l'emporter. De son côté, Buddy McGirt qui expliquait qu'on ne peut pas mettre le focus sur le fait que l'adversaire a un ratio de KO de 100% et que de se laisser intimider par ça, de faire ça, on serait dans le mauvais sport si on faisait ça. Et que samedi soir, Callum va prendre 3 pas par l'avant, lui va prendre 3 pas par l'arrière. Il va avoir confiance en son poulain pour livrer la marchandise.
It's been 12 months since the champ has been in the ring, Callum. It's been almost 17 months for yourself. Aside from camp, what have you been doing to avoid, you know, everybody says rust creeping in Saturday night?
Yeah, I've done technically 3 camps, so I've always been in the gym, obviously for the postponed fight in August, and then I was supposed to fight in March, which I had to withdraw from, so I've not been out the gym for 17 months. I've been in the gym constantly learning, constantly working with buddies, so I believe I've used the time well. Say the inactivity isn't ideal, but it's not like I've been sat out injured. I've been constantly improving as a fighter, so I don't worry too much about it. My last fight I was out for 11 months beforehand, and it didn't bother me too much. So yeah, I think you can read too much into that. I think as long as you've had a good camp, you get in, I listen and I perform. I'm not too worried.
Alors la question portait sur le fait que Callum est inactif depuis 17 mois et qu'est-ce qu'il a fait pendant ce temps-là. Il expliquait que bien qu'il ait été inactif, ça ne veut pas dire qu'il n'était pas dans le gym. En fait, il était dans le gym constamment, a fait l'équivalent de 3 camps d'entraînement pendant cette période, constamment en train de s'améliorer, de devenir meilleur et qu'il est prêt à montrer ce qu'il a appris contre Artur samedi soir.
Callum, you're the youngest of 4 brothers, all in the game. How has that dynamic supported you?
Yeah, massive. When I was younger, I used to get asked, do I feel pressure of being the youngest of 4 fighting brothers, and I always found the opposite. I benefited. I had 3 very good fighters to look up to, and they're the first people to turn to when I need advice, and I feel I've improved a lot just off listening and watching over the years, and I just feel it's beneficial to have 3 fighters who can't understand what you're going through, even like this week. They know when to leave me alone, know when to support me, so it's massive. We do everything together. We're a close-knit family, and we've had a lot of success, and hopefully this weekend we can add to more success for the family.
Alors Callum, qui est le plus jeune de 4 frères qui combattent tous, il expliquait à quel point c'est une expérience enrichissante pour lui, qui peut bénéficier de l'expérience du soutien de ses frères à travers un processus ardu comme un combat de championnat du monde comme celui de cette fin de semaine, et qu'il a bien hâte de célébrer ses succès avec eux après le combat de cette fin de semaine.
Artur, Saturday night you're walking out in front of 10,000, all cheering your name, all here to support you. Does that add a little pressure?
No, you know, I'm focused for fight. I'm happy they come to watch us, but I have things to do, other things to do.
Alors, la question portait sur le fait qu'il y ait 10 000 personnes qui vont être dans l'amphithéâtre samedi soir et qui seront là pour soutenir Artur. Est-ce que ça rajoute une pression? Il expliquait que non, qu'il est bien content que les gens soient là pour l'encourager, mais lui, il est concentré sur la tâche. Il y a un travail à faire samedi, il compte bien le faire.
How has the sport of boxing changed your life, and how have the people of Quebec supported you and changed your life in that regard as well?
You know, when you're sportsman, it's already changed your life. You're sportsman. It's your job. I'm happy I'm boxer or I'm sportsman, you know. In Quebec too, like people very interesting to sport, you know. They practice sport, you know. Old people, when I get some gym, like for example, morning, 7 o'clock morning, I'm a little bit maybe lazy, you know, and I see there is all the people like 77, 80 something, you know, age, and you like not lazy, you know, anymore for this morning, you know. That's it.
Artur qui expliquait que il est très choyé d'avoir le peuple québécois derrière lui, un peuple qui est très sportif et qui est très fier de ses athlètes. Il expliquait que des fois, il y a des matins qui se pointent au gym à 7 heures, qui est un peu paresseux, un peu pas trop le goût d'être là, et il voit des gens qui ont 77 ou 80 ans qui sont là en train de faire l'effort et ça lui donne le coup de pied au derrière qu'il a besoin pour faire son entraînement matinal.
Callum, back to you. Just as I mentioned to Artur, he's walking out in front of 10,000 supporters. You're going to be walking out in front of 10,000 who definitely are not there to see you victorious. What does that do for your psyche, for your mindset? Does it help you focus even more, knowing that you're walking into enemy territory?
Yeah, it gives you that little bit of point to prove, but regardless of whether they're cheering for me or against me, I'm there to do a job. The minute the bell goes, my focus is on my opponent, so it's nice to have them there if they're cheering for you. If they're not cheering for you, I'm still there to do the same thing, and you get tunnel vision once they're in there. You don't really hear them as much as well, so it's nice if they're for you, but I'm there to do a job, and that's become a world champion.
À l'image d'Artur, Callum qui explique que oui, il était très content qu'il y ait 10 000 personnes qui vont être là samedi et très conscient qu'il aura peu ou pas de support de cette foule-là. Par contre, lui aussi est là pour faire un travail et il compte livrer face à Artur.
Mark, I want to ask, Artur spends 3 weeks in the mountains in Russia training. It's part of his routine now, and then he comes back here to wrap up camp. Can you talk about that a little bit, and what does that do for you guys as a team, sending him back to Russia to those mountains?
Well, it's always good. Like that's a protocol that we have for a long time, and we have success with that protocol. It's just the fact that he's going on a high altitude training camp just to start the right way and make sure that he's not starting the real training camp at zero. Like he's already in good shape when he came in America.
Alors Artur qui débute toujours son camp par 3 semaines dans les montagnes de la Russie. Marc Ramsey qui explique que c'est un peu sa préparation au camp, que quand il se pointe au vrai camp d'entraînement ici, il arrive déjà dans une forme resplendissante et prêt à faire le travail nécessaire.
Mark, how special is it to have ESPN top rank in Quebec City for you personally? What does it say about the sport here and all of the hard work that you've put in your career and then with everybody obviously at Eye of the Tiger?
Well, this is something very important. Like we love to see like all the publicity that ESPN's making like outside international. It's very good, but a little bit like Artur say right now, we are very focused on what we have to do Saturday. We cannot like too much think about like, oh, ESPN is there. There's 10,000 people. Like that's okay, but this is not the main goal right now.
No, to everybody watching, this is an incredible fight. Mr. Eddie Hearn is in the building. Mr. Bob Arum will be flying in later today. It is a fight that all of the sport has been looking forward to, and I know that each and every one of you here in the building as well, looking forward to Saturday night.
Alors Marc expliquait que oui, c'est très bon de bénéficier de la visibilité d'ESPN et tout ce que ça peut apporter non seulement à l'équipe d'Eye of the Tiger, à Artur et au sport en général. Par contre, leur focus demeure sur le combat de samedi et le travail qu'il y a à faire en lien avec ça.
Caleb, how is, we mentioned with Buddy, this is your 3rd fight together. How has he fine-tuned, improved your game?
Yeah, massively. I believe hopefully we'll see some of the improvements this weekend, but he just tidied me up, improved me in areas what I felt I needed to improve in. Obviously, when losing to Canelo, it kind of highlights areas you need to tidy up on, and I made changes in my team, and the first one was moving over to the US and training with Buddy, and I feel like every day's a school day. I improve, I learn in the gym with him, and he's just making me an all-round better fighter.
Alors, Callum qui explique que c'est son 3e combat maintenant avec Buddy Migert comme entraîneur. Avait fait des changements à son équipe suite à sa défaite face à Canelo Alvarez. Et depuis ce temps-là, c'est des améliorations incrémentales. À chaque session dans le gym devient un petit peu meilleur et il a bien hâte de dévoiler tout ça cette fin de semaine.
Buddy, you've been in this sport a long time. How special are fights like this?
Hello, check microphone, check, 1 2 1 2. This is fights like this is what boxing needs, you know. And if I wasn't in the corner, I'd pay to see this fight, you know what I mean, because it's the best fighting the best. You know what I mean? It's a fight that's going in. It's like, you know what I mean, you got the 2 best in the division getting it on. Whereas, you know, you get a guy who's a champion fighting a guy nobody's ever heard of, no good. So I think Top Rank and Eddie Hearn, you know, for putting this together, and I think it's great for boxing, and we need more stuff like this.
Yeah, we'll see a lot more of this, I would imagine. You brought up Canelo. What did you learn from that fight? What did you take away from that fight?
Just I need to be better. I felt I needed to make changes after it. I changed my training setup, I changed my weight division, I just changed my mindset and outlook on the sport and set myself new goals, and the main goal was to become a world champion in a new weight division, and I've put the work in over the last 2-3 years since that fight, and I'm now in a position where I'm at that point. My next fight for 3 world titles, and like I said earlier, it's an opportunity I don't plan on letting slip. I plan on performing to the best of my abilities this weekend, and the best version of me beats Artur Beterbiev.
Alors, tout d'abord, Buddy Migert qui expliquait que des combats comme celui-ci, c'est ce dont la boxe a besoin. Personne ne veut voir un champion qui affronte quelqu'un dont on ne connaît même pas le nom, et que s'il n'était pas dans le coin samedi soir, lui-même aurait payé un billet pour être présent pour voir un combat comme celui-ci avec le meilleur qui affronte le meilleur. Callum, à son tour, qui parlait de sa défaite contre Canelo Alvarez, qui a réalisé après ça à quel point il y avait des changements et des améliorations à apporter, et que la meilleure recette pour le succès suite à ça, c'était de changer de division de poids. Maintenant, chez les 175 livres, a pris la masse nécessaire pour être une menace dans cette division-là, et compte bien montrer à Artur Beterbiev que la meilleure version de lui peut battre la meilleure version d'Artur Beterbiev.
Just so glad you're with me. This is so good having you here.
Pleasure.
Champ, one last question before we wrap it up this afternoon. We're in Quebec City. It's a winter wonderland. People are so excited. And you've mentioned now time and time again this afternoon that you're just keeping your eye on the task at hand. What's left in the sport for you after Saturday night? What do you want to do next?
Ask me after fight, please.
I'll ask you again after the fight, for sure. Man of many words, the champ, Artur. Callum, thank you. Buddy, Mark, thank you so much for being here. We'll get them on the scale tomorrow. As we mentioned, all of boxing, all of sports, excited for this one. As Buddy mentioned, these are the fights that need to get made, and boy, are we glad this one is happening Saturday night, finally. Patrick, any last words?
I guess that's it. As you said, the stage is set. On est prêt pour samedi pour un excellent combat. La pesée est demain à midi. La cloche sonne à 17h30 samedi soir. Premier combat sur ESPN Plus aux États-Unis, sur punchinggrace.com, partout à travers le monde. Dès 22h, la carte principale sur ESPN et sur punchinggrace.com également. Ce sera tout un événement. Ça va être sensationnel.
Guys, as always, this is boxing, this is Top Rank. We'll see you right here tomorrow as we get them on the scale. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Bonjour.
So, those of you that spoke French will have enjoyed that as well. We had bilingual press conference. Artur Beterbiev, a man of very few words. We are going to get the first face-off of fight week, so let's see how this unfolds. We'll have the formalities first. So I have the Tiger, the local promotional company, also up on stage. Those 3 world titles that are up for grabs, the IBF, the WBO and the WBC light heavyweight belts, proudly owned by Artur Beterbiev. Okay, but in truth, this is what we've been waiting for, when the teams step back and both fighters go head to head. Here we go. Don't think we're going to see many smiles between the two. 12 rounds or less at the centre Videotron. Artur Beterbiev takes on Callum Smith. Early hours of Sunday morning for everyone back home in the UK. Okay, so there we go. We're going to stay on at the moment because we are hoping that Callum Smith is going to come and join us live on Sky Sports. He's making his way over now. Callum, thank you for joining us. We are live. Did your heart skip a beat as well when Artur Beterbiev starts the press conference by saying, "I'm sorry, I've got some bad news"? I mean, I thought we'd come a long way. Not again, surely.
No, I'd say we're close enough now. I think touch with the fight is going to happen this time, but no, it's good. It's just little media obligations you've got to take care of throughout the week. They're not really my thing, but they have to be done. But I'm excited. I'm finally here, and it's been a long time coming. But to get the opportunity to become the best in the world and fight for 3 world titles, that's exactly what I'm in boxing for. So I'm happy.
To be fair, you've always been good as gold with us with interviews, but you're not exactly the biggest talker yourself. But I mean, he made you look like an absolute dictionary up there. He didn't have much to say. I mean, do you take anything away from that? That's kind of what we expected, I think.
No, I don't think his English is the best. It's getting better. His French certainly isn't the best. So I don't think you're going to get many words from him. I think it's a good job Buddy was up there. I think he kind of spoke for everyone, I think. But yeah, no, I have to say, it's easy for me to say because I'm not the most talkative, but I've always said that some of the fights like these, the fight speaks for itself. You don't need to sit there and talk a lot and don't need to trash talk and sell the fight. It's 2 big punches. I believe the best 2 out of 3 fights in the world. So the fight sells itself, and so we're not far away now. So we're getting there, and I'm sure it'll be explosive. Yeah,
but what you said carried real weight. We get the impression that you're really up for this, that you're bang up for this, and you're fully confident. And I don't know what the general public are thinking or what the other media are here, but you've got a small team here, and you're all fiercely confident.
Yeah, they're very confident. I think they've always had a small, close-knit team, and they know me better than most. And I've always said I'm a big believer in my own ability. I know how good I am. I know how good I can be, and providing the best version of me turns up, I believe I beat anyone on the planet, and I've backed that up a lot of times before. Obviously, we've had the one slip in my career, but I genuinely, the best version of me knocks out the Beterbiev out, and I'm doing everything I can in camp to make sure the best version of me turns up. And I've always had that focus, not to worry too much on my opponent, just make sure, let them worry about me and improve as a fighter and make me better, and the best version of me can beat anyone, and we'll see that this weekend.
Yeah, people love to bring up Canelo, and you get the impression that is the Callum Smith that they are expecting. I mean, that must work enormously in your favour.
Yeah, I believe so. Look, I think they're an experienced team. I think they'll know I'm probably better than that version, but I think a lot of the general public think if that version turns up, then I'll lose, and look, I will. If that version of me turns up, does it beat Artur Beterbiev? No, but I can guarantee you that version of Callum Smith doesn't turn up, and hopefully we never see that version again. But I'm a much better fighter now for many different reasons, and I believe we'll see a better version of me this weekend, and I will need to. I think I need to be at my best, but that pressure and knowing I need to perform always brings out the best in me, and I think we'll see a big performance this weekend.
Not expecting anything different, but we spoke to Dr. Carl Evans from Liverpool John Moores, who's part of your team here, eating like a horse, 3 meals a day, and you're cutting a very happy and relaxed figure. Light heavyweight, you think, my word, how did you keep making 12 stone? But as you stand here now, everything's gone well with the weight, and we're looking at a fit and healthy Callum Smith.
Yeah, definitely the weight's good, the weight's on point. I'll do a little shake out tonight, but no, it's come down. I've always said people go, he'll do the weight easy, but I do it properly. I do it over a long period of time. I bring it down gradually, and no, I mean, I've got a very good nutritionist, and I'm in a good shape. There'll be no excuses this weekend. I believe you'll see a good performance of me. There'll be no blames of struggling with weight, and I'm in a good place.
We stayed for about 2 games or 3 games. I'm not saying that you won. I'm not saying you lost, but it was a competitive game of Mario Kart last night. How late did that go on into the night? Because one of the things that's interesting, they're trying to keep you awake. They're trying to keep you up. I mean, we've been folding into bed, before 10 o'clock every night. That's the rock and roll stars that we are at Sky Sports, trying to keep you up. So what time did you stay up to, and did you get some success on the Mario Kart last night?
Yeah, I got some success. They'll probably say different, but no, it's good. I think whatever we do is competitive, and it just takes you, I think a big thing about fight, because taking your mind off the fight, and as you touched on, keeping me awake. I think we're going to fight at 11 o'clock local time, which is like 4 in the morning back home. So I kind of need to, when I'm at home, I'm in bed up early with the kids. So it's just adjusting my body clock, and say that helps, stimulates my mind. A bit of banter with the brothers, and so we have good fun. But yeah, I think I go on a William and say I'm the best at Mario Kart. They'll probably say different.
Yeah, no, well, Paul Smith Jr. was blaming a dodgy controller. I mean, there was all sorts of excuses. I can see Liam off camera. There was blames of all sorts of shells and bananas that were being shot by other team members, and now there's a blame culture going on. Now, the one person that wasn't blaming anyone was Callum, so I'm delighted to say, look, I'm not going to keep you much longer. I just wonder if you did have, we'll catch you tomorrow, so that'll be the time for a final message, but did you have final thoughts today, how you felt that went?
Yeah, just say that they're not a thing that's for me. I don't think you're gonna win a fight by intimidating someone at a head-to-head, especially at this level. I think everyone's been there and done it before, but it's always good to just see your opponents in the flesh. The last time I seen them was in probably July, August for the press conference last time, so it's good to just see you, get a feel, get you mentally that little bit more switched on. So yeah, no, I'm fight week's going to plan, and say I'm in a good place mentally and physically, and ready to do a job.
Good stuff. Thank you very much for joining us. No, pleasure's ours. So I mean, he really is cutting a confident figure, isn't he? And then for all the joking amongst ourselves there, it's a serious job, serious task at hand. But so far, so good through fight week. We're another day closer, despite what Artur Beterbiev started the press conference with today. I think we all skipped a little beat, skipped a heartbeat there. If you enjoyed this stream today, we'll be back here tomorrow, so make sure you come back. We'll be live streaming the weigh-in, and of course the rest of the build-up throughout the week on all the Sky Sports social media channels. I'm sure I've got a few more cringe-worthy pieces to camera left in me, but all roads leading to this fight Saturday night, early hours of Sunday morning for you guys. Sky Sports Arena, 1 a.m. That's where you've got to go on and set your alarms and set your guides to record. So make sure you come back and join us then. But wherever you are in the world, enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for joining us.